Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to touch upon a few things that I have to address, and I figured this is probably about as good as any, because, I ain't got much else to do for at least a few hours, so let's get started. As you know, I was looking at getting a new iPhone for my uses because of the fact that the other phone is battery is swollen up. Sounds great. Well, yeah. Well, let me just unfortunately, this Android phone doesn't have a stand. I do, but it's in the kitchen. So I went ahead and I was looking at what options were available to me that were still affordable, and iPhone SE 3rd generation, iPhone 13, iPhone 13 mini. All three have all use SIM cards. Perfect. And they're also cheaper. The iPhone SE 3rd generation is based on the iPhone 13, but uses the same form factor as the iPhone 8, which means my existing case will fit it just fine. But while it still let me run log on to StreamYard sites without the phone overheating, I can't tell you that. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But that is where we are. Okay, so that phone will work. In fact, let's go take a look at the actual phone itself to find out what I'm talking about when I say the battery swelled up on it. Because let's go get that one here. I got a whole bunch of other phones that I just sent to T-Mobile. I'm pulling them out. I'm not worried about cash value on them. I just want to get them out of here. So let's go through some of these different phones and why I'm going to toss them out. Let's start with the oldest of the oldest. This is my iPhone 4S. It works fine. It's obsolete. It's a dinosaur. It's not compatible with any new software. Plus thing is, it has a headphone jack on the top, but it uses that 30-pin iPhone connector on the side, as you can see here. See this? Yeah. Well, this is obsolete. This doesn't even work. Now, you also will notice that compared to the iPhone 8, the phone is even smaller screen. So, obsolete and terrible for my eyesight on the iPhone 8. Okay. Here you can see the split. You might be saying this, what you should do, once you take the rest of this stupid cover off, go buy yourself a new battery and put it in there yourself. I did that recently with my other phone and the iPhone 4S. And I just ended up throwing good money away. So, Probably not. This battery's fine in this. This is the back with the battery in it. This did not swell up. And you will notice that this Mophie has a built-in Wi-Fi or wireless charging support. In fact, if you put this on a charging stand, it will charge the case and charge the phone on it, even if the phone doesn't have charging capability. Because I know this phone is old and obsolete, I just decided that hell with it. Just throw it out. The last phone is something Ed left behind. Basically, this piece of crap phone. I don't know. Yeah, it's got cracks in the glass. Yeah, it's the Edmund Snow style, all broken up. I think this one does have user replaceable battery. I think it does. Yeah, it does. So yes, this does have a battery. So I can... It is unlocked, so my T-Mobile SIM would fit in there. The battery's not swollen up or anything. I just don't know what to do with it because it doesn't fit anything else I got. So that's 3 phones of different states of repair. So I'm just going to tell T-Mobile straight out and say, listen, here's the deal. I don't really want any of this stuff for trade-in. If you want to give me trade-in value for it, that's wonderful. But you know what? You don't have to. I just want to get it out of here. Because I'm concerned about these phones. Because the lithium-ion battery is going bad. And we see them in electric vehicles. When a crash happens, the batteries get punctured. And all of a sudden, you have a major fireballs. And I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have a fireball in my home because some phone that has not been used for years is sitting on my table and is likely to go kaboom. Kaboom, and the house is gone. Use kaboom today. Oh, right. Right, Billy Mays, right? Would you like some kaboom? Not that kind. I don't need to have a whole bunch of lithium-ion batteries acting like hand grenades. God, that's the last thing I want. So here's the deal. I don't have the option of, oh yes, I did play with Rusty with the cat toys that Taylor Kitty gave me. Come on up here, see. Oh. And, I gave him some more catnip today, because I had nothing else to do. And, he was having a good time. You know, me and Mommy are all bored right now. By the way, don't forget, tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, we are on Kick. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., YouTube. And maybe Kick at the same time. Maybe, I don't know. I say maybe because streaming on more than 2 sites is very hard to keep up with everything. And, So the good news is, so we are going to be back to normal next week. But Monday, I'm going to be with Krista. So please keep this in mind. I'm not going to be here in the morning, but I will be here, of course, in the afternoon. And we'll be getting the new iPhone SE to fit our case. And I'll mount this in here. There are things I like about this case. So let me talk about this real quick. Yes, it has a battery inside. The battery is underneath this cover. I don't know how most people put this together. I don't have any reason to take it apart, so I won't. So it just plugs into this. And, yeah, it just plugs into the phone, slides inside. And there's 2 independent batteries on this. That's one reason I like this case. Even though it's getting kind of beat up. The fact is that the phone sits inside. It also makes sure that the sound comes out of the speaker holes on the front of the case and the mic hole. The only thing is, I'm going to be honest when I say this, is I might have to clean this out a bit. Because it does get kind of grubby inside here. But what's nice about this is you got the battery inside. So if the battery, I usually leave the battery on, so the phone doesn't usually run out of power. And I want to get the iPhone SE 3rd generation that is white. But they told me that the white in the bigger capacity is not available, only in the 64 gigabyte, or 128 gigabyte, which is fine because my iPhone 8 was 64 gigabyte, and I never really had a problem with storage. So the iPhone 13, well, it has that stupid notch on it. No home button. And it won't fit my case. But I did find something new. Actually, not new, but something that Skynet had given me. Let me show it to you. This is something that might interest you. Actually, comes with 2 parts to this. So let me get the full package. I'll put this charger. This is from Skynet a couple of years ago, and I never tried it until a couple nights ago. This is a headset, and it's really a Bluetooth headset. So here's the funny thing. You don't necessarily need the base to charge it. So if you do have a base, it will charge the headset. And it pairs up with, because of my hearing loss, but I have to use it like this way. Yeah, I have to use it like this. This is the only way I can use it. And, it works like that. So, this would work fine. But, I want to be able to use my existing equipment. And it turns out I can. Because they do have a Bluetooth wired headset adapter to connect wireless. But you might be saying, but Michelle, hold on a minute, you already got one. You already got Bluetooth headsets. You got 2 of them. 3 of them now include Skynet. Yes, we do. And they do work in Bluetooth mode. Allow me to demonstrate, or at least show you. You have these, which still work in Bluetooth, and they have a microphone. Where is that stupid mic hole? I think it's Yeah, it's right here. This is my mic hole right here. Okay? And also these over the ears have a mic hole too. So these two work with Bluetooth. Okay? But I want to be able to use a wired microphone like I did for testing with the iRig Pre, which is this. I never talked much about this, so let's describe what this does. The iRig Pre plugs into a phone. I'm going to keep the simple example. From including most Android phones with a T. I'm trying to see if we can find. Where's my camera in this thing? Oh. I can't. Oh, there it is. TRRS plug. Like this. Okay? So TRRS plug plugs into that. Or it can plug into an iPhone 8, SE 5, and newer. Using the adapter that plugs into the lightning port. Or on the iPhone 14 and 15 using a headset to USB-C connector. And it provides 48 volt phantom power. And you can adjust the gain. I just keep this piece of tape over it so the knob doesn't get accidentally bumped. Right now it's preset for the lapel microphone, which, yeah, you know, it's so-so. I mean, it works, but it's... And then it has a little 3.5 millimeter plug here in the bottom for a regular pair of headphones. Which, we got the adapter for that, right? Because we bought that adapter to plug in my big headphones into the little hole, so I can plug in my big headphones into that, or even these headphones, which don't have that damaged 3.5 millimeter plug here. So, and I said, there's a company that makes an adapter that plugs your TRRS stuff in, and it will work with your microphone, and it will allow you to do fun stuff. You know, even my gaming headset can plug into this adapter. So there's a lot of neat ideas out there, but and that was another thing that was kind of another wet blanket affair. Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to have USB-C? Would you like to go with lightning connector? Well, we know that Apple has been fighting tooth and nails about the USB-C connector, and yet they already was using the USB-C on their laptops, like the MacBooks. And so there really was no reason to say, you know what, you don't want to go with the new USB-C in our phones, and we have to retool. No, you don't. And you know what? Apple finally figured it out. Now, in order to meet the new European standard requirements for 2025, any things that have a battery inside, including this, will have to have a user replaceable battery. Now, please note that doesn't say user replaceable like you don't need tools. So, you might actually still have to deal with a screwdriver to get the cover off. And that's fine. And then you'll go to your cell phone store or to your battery store, pick up a replacement battery, and drop it in, and put the screws back inside. Nothing wrong with that either. Apple, in their divine way, and Samsung, and many other companies as well, have said, nah, we like our batteries enclosed in our phones and sealed shut, so you have to go ahead and bring it to a shop to fix it. That brings in money. Yeah, it does. It also unfortunately results in e-waste. Think about this. If this phone had a user replaceable battery, that simply involved me, taking out a screw, flipping the phone up, popping out the battery, disconnect the battery, drop a new one in, close the phone, screw it closed, I would have been all set. This phone would still be perfectly fine and happy and working properly. Same thing with the iPhone 4S, which does have, believe it or not, the screws, all of these awful pentaprobes. I have to admit, these things are awful. These things are awful. They strip so easy. Only Apple could come up with these pentaprobe screws. And if it was using standard Phillips screws, it would have been very easy. Or even standard Torx. Take the battery out, put a new battery in the phone. Everybody would be all happy, no problems. Everybody would be singing Kumbaya. Right? Right. But that's not the way they do things these days. And that's the reason why there's a lot of e-waste out there. It's because something as simple as replacing a battery becomes so aggravating that nobody wants to do it. These have batteries. But I could get it out if I dared. For example, this one is on right now. I have to turn this one off. Okay, how do we turn it off? Alright, here. Alright. Okay, so this is, again, has a battery in them. Okay? This has a battery in them. So every time you have to deal with the stupid batteries that are enclosed like these in the phones, then the batteries break, the average person's not going to take them out. They're going to throw them away. That's plastic, that's painted, plated metal, that's materials like foam and materials that should be recycled, not thrown away. Or like my case, it's like, well, I still work with Bluetooth, so I'll use them. Well, that's fine. But, no, that's not it. That's not the solution. That's not the solution. No, you know why it's not the solution? Because there are people who are like the handyman people. You know what I'm saying? I'll fix it myself. Uh-huh. All of a sudden, kaboom, and the house is gone. Yeah, you gotta be careful with these lithium-ion batteries. Same thing when working on electric vehicles, same problem. Because when they go up. It's self-excited fire as the electrolyte separates into oxygen and hydrogen components. It makes toxic fumes and can kill you. That's not good. That's not good. So, in short, our choice is simple. iPhone SE 3rd generation. That's it. That's the only choice we have right now. If we want to keep the existing case, that's the only choice we have. If we want to go with better phones, the iPhone 13 and 13 Plus. That's it. That's all you got. Nothing else. What about over the internet? What about eBay? Yes, if I wanted to buy a export model of the iPhone 14 or iPhone 15, and I'm willing to pay the full price for one that is exported to exterior countries outside of America, I can get one with a SIM tray for $800 and up in cash. $800 and up. I'm sorry, I'm not Gloria Vanderbilt. I can't afford that. That's asking way too much for me. And honestly, iPhone 14 kind of looks nice because it's pink. It's not rose gold. This is rose gold. But, it's pink. And it looks kind of cute. They also have yellow. And they have blue on the iPhone 14. Okay? But iPhone 15. But the fact is that with eSIM, it's like going back to the days of CDMA. Anybody who's ever dealt with CDMA activating a phone will tell you it was a pain in the ass. Oh, okay, here you go. Now you gotta call up your cell phone provider. I used to do this with Altel all the time. Okay, I got my new phone. Okay, fine. What's the ESN? I give them the ESN. Okay, fine. Now you gotta activate things by typing *228. Okay. And you gotta turn the other phone off first. Okay. But what if you were on the phone that you're trying to transfer over? Guess what? You're stuck. That's it. Those are the dark days. No one wants to go back to this. That's like, well, it's supposed to be good convenient because you don't have to worry about having SIM wallets full of SIM cards for different countries. Maybe. But I'm sorry. The answer is, for me, is if I didn't have a separate SIM card when this other phone swollen up, I couldn't take the SIM out of that phone and put it into this Android phone to do the phone calls or to do this video. That's why a SIM card is important, because you can take it out of one phone and put it into another. Hell, I could probably even put it back into the iPhone 4S if I wanted to, but the problem is that none of the software will work anymore because it's all obsolete. It's useless. And I can put the same SIM chip into the other phone that Ed left behind, and it would work as well. As long as it's unlocked, and I think it is. So, what are you going to do? You got to think about that. What's the future? The future's simple. I have to choose what I can afford and based on reality. And that's the reason why I do what I do. Yeah, I agree. It would be nice if I didn't have to really worry about this, but that's what happens. At least it doesn't hit my credit card. Oh yes, it does. Don't wait, with taxes. So just like I did with the tablet, which it still works, by the way. The tablet I've got from T-Mobile is still here, A7 Lite. It still works fine. With the USB-C on it, I can plug in an external keyboard. I can plug in an external mice. So the only thing I can't get to work with is an external camera. I tried one. At least the built-in app didn't recognize a separate webcam. Maybe some other devices might, but the camera doesn't. So, you have to make decisions based on what you can afford versus what you need. Yes, I'd like a bigger screen. However, if a bigger screen means that I'm going to be stuck, one, paying $34 a month on a phone with a notch, which I really don't want in the first place. And I'm going to be stuck with having to buy all new accessories. I need all new chargers, cases, everything. I might have no choice but to go back to, might have to consider no choice but having to write off Apple iPhones in the future. Maybe. I say maybe because when the new iPhone 16 comes out, maybe there will be a new reason to keep it. It's because especially if the EU is already passed the legislation saying you have to have use replaceable batteries. But for right now, I need a phone right now, not 5 months later or 5 years later. Now, what about those new keyboard phones? Like I mentioned my old BlackBerry Bold 9900, how I missed it. There's a company called Unihertz. Unihertz, for about $300, makes a BlackBerry keyboard phone that runs an Android. That, it's like $300, unlocked. It's only LTE 4G. That's the problem. Only LTE 4G, not 5G. Which means it's going to be slow. Whoa. No? This phone is only LTE. This iPhone is only LTE. So yeah, it definitely is okay. How long is LTE going to continue to be supported? If I bought myself a Unihertz, I'm going to be Unihertzing all day long when I actually realize that all of a sudden I realized I just bought another fucking brick. Now, a brand new Unihertz phone, like the Titan, looks great, but it ain't no BlackBerry Bold 9900, it ain't the Curve. It doesn't have the finger track point on it. It doesn't have the sculpted keys. It looks like a passport. But again, it's not what I really want. So I have to make decisions based on reality. Well, guys, anyway, that's it for now. I just wanted to let you know where we stood. Talk to you later. Okay, see you tonight, 7 o'clock. On Kick. Bye-bye.